into the game, and she makes things happen, especially with those long orange socks. Those are the kind of socks I used to wear, but they were white.
They were white. Ashley Battle on the steal. Outstanding defensive player. Tennessee wanted to travel, didn't get it. She missed the shot anyway.
Well, Courtney McDaniel right there.
Lawson hustling it back down the other way, makes a good decision and pulls it out to set up the offense. 5:25 to go first half. A 3-point UConn lead. Great move with the left hand. Shira Eli. She has 4.
Well, this is a Husky team that should know that Shira Eli is left-handed because Jessica Moore is left-handed.
Taurasi, no look pass inside. Good ball movement. Now Taurasi left alone. She'll take another 3 and knock it down. Diana Taurasi has 8 and the lead's back to 4.
It's that extra pass, Mike. It's almost like Taurasi thought about it and then passed to Conlon. Conlon got it right back to her because the defense had shifted.
Connecticut fans on their feet in appreciation. And now the Tennessee fans are going to try to get their team back into it. Bad pass, Lawson recovers, 6 on the shot clock. And Lawson will have to launch a 3 off target, and that's going to be a foul over the back on Courtney McDaniel.
There's the pass. She almost took that one, and then it comes back around to her, inside, outside, just the extra passing that Connecticut is doing when they reverse the ball like that. Tennessee really has to work on defense because everybody's a good shooter for the Huskies.
Taurasi only took 2 shots in the first 8 minutes. Since then, she has gone 3 for 4 and gotten 8 points here in the first half.
Taisha Fluker at 6'5", the freshman, only averaging 6.5 minutes is in the game.
Bad pass thrown away by Barbara Turner, and Pat Summitt, I think, going as deep into her bench as she can, and she would love to think she could eventually wear down the Huskies.
Victoria Davis is the only one that has not played on the bench, and Pat Summitt this year has said this team has had a lot of chemistry. Everybody likes each other. Though Kara Lawson said at the beginning of the season they were at each other so much in practice and playing so hard, you thought they hated each other.
Fluker, who is number 50, was a parade All-American out of high school.
California.
Gwen Jackson, a little spin move and got the roll. Gwen Jackson has 9. It's back to a 2-point game. Conlon calling out what she wants.
Zoned by Tennessee. The guards really come out high, which leaves that middle wide open.
Battle drives right in there. Line drive jump shot hit the front of the rim.
Ashley Battle is such a good athlete, but her shot, she fades away from a lot of her shots and she doesn't have to. If she goes straight up, she has a better chance of it going in.
Lori Moore back in at the point. Brittany Jackson, a lot of contact. Offensive foul on Brittany Jackson. That will be 3 on her. This game means so much to these kids, especially to Diana Taurasi and to the senior, Kara Lawson. It's been close all the way. Connecticut currently leading by 2 with 3:17 to go in the half, and a lot of alumni star players on hand. Shamiqua Holtzclaw, who won 3 titles with Tennessee. And Swin Cash off of that great ball club last year. She was the Final Four MVP of the 4 seniors who led UConn to an undefeated season.
Tennessee again switching up their defenses, and I think they've done a pretty good job trying to keep Connecticut out of that middle. They'll call a travel on Ashley Battle, but making them put the ball on the floor.
Check in with Pam Ward. Pam?
Yeah, Mike, you guys have mentioned about all the substitutions that Pat Summitt has made, and she says she's very pleased with the way that they are pushing tempo, said they did a great job, and she's stressing again winning this last segment. They practice winning 4-minute segments during scrimmages, and they want to win this last one going into the half.
Well, I think eventually, Pam, this depth is going to show up for Tennessee. Jackson with a long-range shot, can't hit it. Conlon lost the rebound, little Lawson.
In those 4-minute segment practices that they had, basically they brought all the statisticians out. They said, look, don't panic. Look at what you can accomplish in 4 minutes. And you can play hard. It's not that long. And they realized, like, oh, yeah, we're not that tired. 4 minutes. And they were more patient, too, in their offense.
Eli, turnaround 15-footer. Another offensive rebound. This one goes to Fluker. And a fresh 30 on the shot clock for Tennessee. UConn now in his zone, a little tougher to box out. And Tennessee does have some height on the court right now.
Well, they're in that 2-3 zone, and then they're switching up. Now they're back into the man-to-man.
Moore trying to penetrate, can't. Shira Eli loves to spin to her left. Taurasi with a save, but she stepped on the end line. And Tennessee will get the ball back again. Yeah, I think a really good job by Connecticut. They have the heads to switch up in that zone and then go back into the man-to-man and fooling the Lady Vols. The margin still belongs, or check it, the margin now belongs to Tennessee. They have been the best rebounding team in the nation. Well, Connecticut has gotten out rebounded 4 times this year. One was the Tennessee game, and they won all 4 of those games. And guess who their leading rebounder is? Taurasi. They are letting them play tonight, and Fluker gets a bucket. She averages 3.1 points a game. That 2-pointer ties it at 30. And Barbara Turner gave that up. That was a flop right there. You got to keep your position. Tied 4 times. Taurasi, triple team. Blocked out of bounds and last touch by Taurasi. The biggest thing for Diana Taurasi, Mike, is not to get frustrated. Shira Eli is really playing tough defense. And then you see the triple D. Moore comes over to help out. They call it the other side. Texas was real physical with Diana Taurasi. And the biggest thing is not to get frustrated. Keep her cool. And I think she was really tired at the end of that Texas game. Except when she hit that free. Oh, yeah. She missed a couple of critical free throws. Of course, the way she played, that's being picky. Lawson the long 3. And she made no excuses for missing those free throws. She said, normally, in clutch situations, I hit them. I just was thinking about something else. Normally, in the clutch, she hits everything. Well, and Gino Ariema said, what are you doing? She goes, oh, yeah, I'm trying to miss them on purpose. That's what she said to him coming back. 15 on the shot clock, 41 on the game clock. Strother gives it up to Conlon. Conlon picks up her dribble with only 8 on the shot clock. They find Taurasi, and she knocks down a 3. She always seems to be there for the big shot. She has 11 in the first half. And now Tennessee will take a timeout with 20.1 seconds on the clock. Andy, she's just a marvel. And it's a heart of a champion, too. Look at how tough it is. She felt she was fouled right there by Shira Eli. Look at her posting up, turning, doing everything she can to get open. It is, boy, going back and forth. Hey, you give me a little sunlight right there, I'll knock it in your face. In your face is right. 11 points for Taurasi, who has been so brilliant throughout the tournament, the Wade Trophy winner. Last 6 points scored by Diana Taurasi. That 3, huge, as you said, going into halftime. They've got a chance of maybe getting it back if they play some good defense or Tennessee takes a quick shot. Jackson with 9. Taurasi, the only player on the court in double figures in the first half. When Jackson has 9 for the Lady Vols. See what they can come up with on the last possession. Now look for Gwen Jackson. Zolman likes a 3. There's a steal. Steal by Conlon. Taurasi on the break. 4-on-1. Gets it to Battle. Battle has it blocked from behind. Offensive rebound. Follow-up shot. Wilnette Crockett. Are you kidding? How did she make that? I tell you, the Husky players are taking the lead in this game. Battle a little bit too hard. Crockett with the big rebound, but look at that shot going up. Tennessee can't recover going into halftime, but the steal by Maria Conlon, the supporting cast of Diana Taurasi, coming through in
in the first half.
All right, Mike, and just what Annie was saying when I talked to Pat Summitt, she said the key right now defensively is to make those three-point shooters like Strother and Conlon put the ball on the floor. She's been happy with the offensive rebounding, but wants the tempo to be a little bit more consistent when they push it. Mike?
All right, Pam, and they would love to think they could run UConn into the floor in the second half.
Well, they talk about the rebounding, too. Shira Eli, only 1 rebound.
Taurasi starts the second half with a rainbow.
Well, it's tough to rebound when Connecticut is shooting over 53% from the floor.
There aren't that many to go around,
no,
are there? Lori Moore with a big jumper.
Well, this second half, Kara Lawson's really got to make a difference in this because she struggled in the first half. She had that 3, but only 2 rebounds, and she's turned the ball over once, and she's got to come. I mean, she's such a perfectionist and the leader. She wants that ring, but might be pressing too much.
Taurasi using that little hop and skip that she does, and Conlon goes around a screen, and Moore, fighting through it, commits a foul. That will be number 1 on Lori Moore.
And that's the screens we're talking about. There you see Kara Lawson's number really struggling from the floor tonight in this game, and she's got to score. Pat Summitt has said she's a player that really needs to score in this game, but talked about the screens and how Connecticut gets open. He said, Gino Ariema talked about the high school players, when they come in, they're all scorers. We really have to settle down and teach them how to set a screen because most of them don't know how to do it.
Have to teach them how to play defense, too. They probably never had to in high school.
What a move by Turner.
Great step through by the freshman from Cleveland, Ohio. She has 8 points all inside. And UConn back up by 8, and Pat Summitt wants to talk about it. Not happy with her interior defense on that last sequence. 18:50 to go for a national title. The lead is 8. Tennessee down by 8. Let's check in with Pam Ward.
In that last timeout, Pat Summitt was furious. You see her yelling at her players. She threw down her clipboard, broke it, and a piece went into the second row of fans. They had to go to the backup clipboard. Basically, she's saying, do you guys want to play defense or not? We want to win a championship. And her wrath particularly aimed at Shira Eli. Mike?
Pam, are you in trouble when you have to go to the backup clipboard?
I think so. The other one's in the bag, and I did have to duck.
Well, the 2 things, Mike, exactly. They've been holding their opponents to 33% from the floor. And this is a Tennessee team that averages over 80 points. Their defense has to pick up. They've got to bump Connecticut out of the middle. They've got to be more physical and getting them out of the lane, beat them to the block.
10 turnovers for Tennessee. And here's a holding foul on Tasha Butts. That will be her first. The junior from Milledgeville, Georgia.
And Pat Summitt's been concerned when her key players aren't making the plays. That's when she's got to go to the bench. But right now, she's looking for somebody to help.
She's handicapped a little bit because Brittany Jackson, who's been so good off the bench late in the tournament, picked up 3 first-half fouls. She's really the only one in any kind of foul trouble.
But I think it's the starters that really have to start making things go.
Nice interception by Moore.
Oh, nice move.
Ball, Butts. Great move, but she can't hit the shot. And then Butts somehow comes out with a loose ball.
And that's where you got to finish those shots.
The offensive boards have kept Tennessee in it.
Tennessee has 4 players that score in double figure and 4 players that average over 50% from the floor. They are not shooting the ball well.
These officials, I think, have done a fine job tonight. Lisa Mattingly, Melissa Barlow, and Wesley Dean. They have let them play, and you get the feeling that's exactly what they ought to do for a national championship. And the rebound story doubled.
But the fact that even though Connecticut's getting out rebound, it's because they're hitting shots. They don't need to get the rebounds.
How long can you keep shooting over 50% against Tennessee? Conlon, apparently quite a while. Maria Conlon knocks down another 3. She has 9, and UConn has its biggest lead of the ball game. Robinson left alone from 15.
And that's what they need. Good double team by Connecticut on Gwen Jackson down low. It's the other players have to start hitting open shots for Tennessee when they get doubled.
Conlon met at midcourt by Moore. Tenn on the shot clock. Up to Taurasi. They isolate her against Butts. 4 on the shot clock. Taurasi in the lane, tough fall-away jumper, and they call the foul. That looked like a pretty good block.
Well, Taurasi's fallen away so much. You don't see women fall away from the basket like that. This angle is going to be hard to tell.
Gosh, I think she got her on the wrist right at the end. I thought she got her on the ball or the hand, and the hand is part of the ball.
It looks like she gets it just at the end.
Just at the end.
But Taurasi makes those fallaways.
Taurasi with 15 points gets the roll for 16. Lawson has not scored since the 14:59 mark in the first half, and they knew coming in they needed points from Lawson.
Well, then they're going to have to score a lot more points right now than 34. I don't think they're going to reach 80, but again, the pace has really settled in for Connecticut.
A hold away from the ball called on Barbara Turner. First team foul against UConn in the second half. Tennessee has committed 3. Lawson to inbound, and Jackson back in there with those 3 fouls. Tries a baseline pass and picked off by Strother. All the way down court for the layup. Connecticut able to run. Good hustle by Turner and an excellent pass by Strother. Another foul away from the ball. Back-to-back possessions. Barbara Turner called for a foul.
The big rebound, I should say the pass by Brittany Jackson, just trapped underneath. And look at that pass by Taurasi, just from the hip.
Boy, right in stride. And as the game goes on, it's getting more and more physical. Lawson can't buy a shot.
Well, Lawson's going to try and start to make things happen, but you can't force things either.
And another offensive rebound for Tennessee. That is 11 offensive boards. Connecticut on a 17-4 run. They now lead by 13 points. You ask anybody in this building, would somebody have a 13-point lead in the second half, and they'd tell you only Tennessee.
Well, and if Connecticut, they've been down, we've seen it, and they've come back. They did it against Texas. Jody Conrad's team, I thought she did a terrific job. She and Pat Summitt, the only 2 800 victory coaches this year.
Strother with a runner. Good strength by Lawson to get the loose ball. Dribbles through traffic numbers for Tennessee. Robinson, no basket, but the foul on Taurasi.
Is she sneaky or what?
She is.
She forced Lawson to give the pass, I thought, a little bit too early. She just kind of lays in wait for you.
She is a complete player, as complete a player as I've ever seen in this game.
But I see improvement.
Oh, there's always room for improvement, but you're talking
right.
like a coach right now. You can get better. I'm sure that's
no,
what
I'm talking as a player. I'm talking like a player. As a player, you always want to get better, too.
Well, I just wonder how much better she can get. Robinson at the line for the second and 2.
Oh, nice by Gwen Jackson.
Jackson missed the shot. She was wide open for the layup, but the ball goes out of bounds off of UConn. Tennessee ball when we come back. The Huskies lead by 10. Inbounds play, and Butts scores immediately. Nice play by Tennessee coming out of the timeout.
And that's always a key play when you can score coming out of that timeout off that offense.
UConn shooting 58% in this game. That's why they're up by 8. Tennessee with a remarkable rebounding advantage. Taurasi makes a backdoor cut. Good ball movement. Strother for 3, and she knocks it down again.
4 3-pointers. She ties a career high that she's done a couple times, knocking down 4.
50-39. UConn with the lead. Robinson, offensive rebound, gets the follow. Fouled by Taurasi. That's 2 on the All-American.
Now this Connecticut team shot 60% against USC earlier this season.
14 offensive rebounds for Tennessee. 14.
Actually, it was Pepperdine, but they're not converting. You'd think in 14 they'd have 28 points off those offensive rebounds.
Robinson to line, misses the first. She is only a 40.6% free throw shooter. She is 1 of 3 tonight. 40.6% won't cut it. Misses them both.
Championships are come and won at the free throw line.
Boy, Tennessee really trying to ratchet up the defense. Tough shot by Conlon.
Maybe the first bad shot she's taken.
Yep. An excellent defense by Brittany Jackson. She was all over it. Lawson picked up by Taurasi. And another whistle away from the ball. Jessica Moore called for pushing off, and we've gotten more fouls as the game has gotten more physical.
Foul number 31, Jessica Moore. That's her first personal, 15.
Just a tremendous rebounding job by Tennessee. They are plus 14, and 14 of those 26 rebounds are on the offensive end of the court.
I really look for Tennessee to start going inside. That's, you know, the outside shots are not falling for them. They've got to go inside the lane, take advantage not only of the short shot, but try and get Connecticut in foul trouble and get themselves at the free throw line.
Lawson missed another long-range shot. Moore at the high post, back to Conlon, almost a set shot that time, and can't hit it.
And another quick shot. Gino Auriemma just kind of shaking his head. Let's run it as far as getting some passes.
Jackson with a 3. Playing with those 3 fouls, Brittany Jackson 8 points off the bench, and that makes it an 8-point game.
Well, Maria Conlon, she got hot, and sometimes when you get hot, it gets you in trouble too.
Yep.
And as you said in the first half, Mike, Diana Taurasi, you never stop shooting. She's been quiet in this second half.
Taurasi, double team, tried to dump it inside. Poor pass, knocked away. Lawson on the run. Lawson with the layup. And I think Taurasi is tired. She did not get back on defense that time. Just sort of swatted at Lawson.
Gino Auriemma looking for the timeout and regrouping his players and what they've got to do on the offensive end, the kind of shots they're taking, but you got to think on what they're doing. He's not happy about it. Brittany Jackson coming into the game, you mentioned in the first half, 3 fouls, and she's come to life in the second half. Tennessee kicking the ball up, getting some good defensive boards off those quick shots by Connecticut, enabling them to get out on the break.
And Lawson's first points in 22 minutes. She is their number 4 all-time scorer, and she's going to have to step up in the final 12:54 for Tennessee to come back. Part of the Tennessee crowd, I will tell you the truth. This is one of the nicest guys, one of the best people you will ever meet. Peyton Manning, now the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, who was such a star at Tennessee. He's just a great guy.
And Pat Summitt has had him come in to speak to the team.
Let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Mike and Annie, Gino Auriemma had very simple instructions for Diana Taurasi. He said,